Hello and welcome to my Marsinger UK Series 7 costume debrief. My name is Marsinger Homie, content creator and the host of Marsinger Homie's Recap and Review podcast, where I talk about TV, music, celebrities and so much more. If you're listening on Spotify and it's your first time listening, please download the episode, follow the podcast and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss anything when a new episode drops. Or if you're listening to this on YouTube or you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. And you can always follow me on my social media platforms, which is my Instagram at MarsingerHomie and my YouTube channel, which is MarsingerHomie, which you can all see and on the thumbnail of the podcast if you're listening on Spotify. I had to get my words out there. But anyways, it's a very exciting day, especially for this episode, because we're going to be talking about the upcoming costumes for the Marsinger Series 7, which returns this weekend. And I cannot wait because, I mean, the Masked Singer is literally one of my favourite shows of all time. And just, I'm so excited it's back for another series. I loved last year. I loved the talent last year, and from what I've seen so far, I cannot wait for what the series brings. And by the way, the costumes this year look absolutely fantastic. Which I actually did me, Bonkers, and Eddie Reacts. We did a stream doing it on the live stream Dream Team on Instagram. If you want to check it out, you can always find my Instagram, which you can see in the thumbnail podcast if you're listening on Spotify, of course. But we talked about the costumes there. We talked a bit about it, but I'm going to go through the costumes here right now and give my honest thoughts on them right now. And yeah, we'll go from there. And we have a little bit of information, what some of the judges said, which we'll go into as it goes along. But yeah, let's just get straight into this week's episode, talking about the costumes. So also, by the way, the show returns on Saturday the 3rd at 6:30, as well as the 4th. I think 6:30, so I have to double check the times there. But anyways, enough of that. Let's just talk about the costumes we have here. So the first one we have, and by the way, we're going to be doing this in no order. I've just put them in a random slot throughout the thingy here. So we're just going to go through them, So the first costume we're going to talk about is the Moth. And looking at the Moth here, it looks absolutely stunning. Like the way, like the design of it, like the wings are there, the freckles there, the little kind of what do you call them? Little head thing. Again, the design of it, the dress. Like this is a very beautiful costume. It's like if they were to have mushed fawn and lionfish together, you'd get this. Literally that. I mean, what a beautiful costume this is. I love the design of like the whole like the patterns, the swirls. A very elegant costume, if I say so myself. But also, I think this is one of the costumes here that I just know is going to be a good singer, especially because what we saw in the trailer, especially at the end, during the Christmas special, Davina was seen getting quite emotional after what looked like after Moth's performance. So that is honestly a dead giveaway that she's going to be a fantastic singer. And also, Davina mentioned in an article, let me just try and find quickly. Because she mentioned it in an article. I'm just trying to find it now because it actually quite intrigued me. If I can find it, where is it? Okay, I found it. So I'm just going to find it quickly for you guys. Just give me a second. Where is it? Where is it? Is the art? Where is it? There we go, I found it. So basically, this is something that Davina mentioned in this article from the Daily Mail. She said, one of the characters which is going to sing Colours of the Wind from Pocahontas, which, by the way, love Pocahontas, love Disney, so that's right up my street for me. She said that, and it's one of her favourite songs, sung by one of her favourite singers. So I don't know if that means, like, the singer underneath the mask or something, I really don't know. But I think she could be referencing to Moth, because that could be that's a song I could totally see Moth doing, or maybe one of the other ones which we'll talk about a bit later on. But I cannot wait to see what this costume brings, and I think she's going to be one to look out for sure. I absolutely love it. Next up, we have probably one of my favourite costumes of the series, and that is Can of Worms. I mean, what an absolutely brilliant costume. Like, when I first saw the design, I was like, okay, how's this costume going to be like? What's it going to be like? What's the design going to be like? But it's literally a can here, and it's got worms coming out of it. And what I love about it, it's got like the arms have got like like puppets. So one's got glasses, one's got no glasses. Like this gives me, I could easily see Can of Worms being one of the versatile contestants we get this series. And also, Maya mentioned in an article that he's going to be doing some rapping, which is very exciting. So this could definitely be someone who is like very versatile in terms of like the genres to do. Like they can do one week they do singing, then they do rapping. Like that is going to be very exciting because I know, example, we saw him do so many different styles of songs. He did Oliver Twist, Will Smith, Elvis Costello, all those different kinds of genre of songs, which I thought was fantastic. And again, this costume is it's just such a brilliant design of a costume. I absolutely love it. And I don't know about you, but the way that the hands have got like the different kind of designs on there, I have a good feeling this could be like he could be like the Robo Bunny for this series, where Robo Bunny every single week he changed his voice from to have the lower singing voice to the higher falsetto. You know, when he used the mouth, the puppet basically, which I thought was so unique. I could easily see it happening for Can of Worms, and I think probably one of the most exciting ones I'm excited to see, to be honest, in terms of like, because I think not many people would be thinking that he'd be a good singer just based on the costume alone, but I think he could really surprise us, and I can't wait to see what he does. Next up, we have probably another genius costume here. We have the Red Panda, and as you can see, he's dressed as a fireman. He's got a little suit on, the little hat as well, the little bands as well, everything. He looks ready to go, and for me, I get strong kind of like entertainery vibes, like Bush Baby vibes, if you know what I mean. But you know, I don't know how good of a singer he's gonna be. I could kind of see him having being what maybe in the middle, like a B tier, maybe C tier or something. But but also I kind of get the vibe he could be one of those contestants to really surprise us again. Like we've had costumes over the years that have really surprised us in terms of how good they were, like Viking from Series 2. I didn't know how good he was going to be, but he really surprised me. And Rhino as well, Piranha, all those costumes that you wouldn't expect to be good singers, but they turned out to be fantastic. So I think, I mean, the design of it looks really nice. I love the details, like with the white spots, the black nose, the little fireman, the whole fireman thing is just so cool. And I believe red pandas are also called fire foxes, I believe, if I remember correctly. So that's a pretty cool a little niche to that there. So that's very cool. So I'm very excited to see how Red Panda does, and I hope they do well. I very much hope they do. Next up, we have another costume I absolutely love, and that is Conker's. Again, a brilliant design here. It's basically a knight, but also kind of seems like William the Conqueror. You know, who was a leader, who was a king, and So we got the little like 9 shining armor for the belt, the little like belt, the red belt with the handkerchief there. We've got leaves for his hands. We've got the little feather that knights used to have back in the day. You got look at the face. The face is just so adorable. It's like he's hiding his face, but it's pretty true. But it's actually pretty true because that's what knights do. They have the shield and the little thingy. I can't describe it, but if you know what I mean, then you'll know what I mean. But but again, the shoes are Conkers as well. I mean, just based on this costume, I'm very much hoping he's good, because I just love these type of costumes. I just think they're so goofy, but again, I just love the costume so much. I could see maybe having. I kind of get like Kingfisher vibes from him, like a little bit, but of course we don't know until we hear the voice. But yeah, I'm very intrigued to hear how he does in the competition. I'm hoping he's good, but yeah, I'm very excited to see how he does in the competition as it goes along. And now we go on to probably the best costume designing of the series, and that is Arctic Fox. And I mean, look at this. This is just absolutely fantastic. The design of this costume is absolutely stunning. Like the design, like the snowy type of like this just everything about this design, like the white fur, the details on the nose, the little arrow kind of pointing, the dress as well, the boots, everything about this costume looks incredible. Now I've been seeing some debates saying, you know, kind of going around saying, "Is this a guy? Is this a woman?" And I think this is actually a guy. I think this is a man. This is a man underneath here because again, we've had costumes over the years who have surprised us in terms of like of like of expect like so sorry about that. Anyways, like as I was saying, we've had costumes over the years who that we didn't expect, kind of like dress crab, and also in America like leopard, mushroom, bride. So I could easily see this being a guy personally, and also um, Ed actually pointed this out in the live stream we did on Instagram about the little arrow here is a symbol to drag. Now, I'm not saying this is a drag queen, but this could be a giveaway. This could be a drag, but like the costumes of a drag, that this could be a hint that this could be a man underneath here, and I definitely get that vibe. I think this is a guy underneath here, but I can't. I'm very excited to see how he does, especially because you know, just and again the costume just looks stunning. It looks absolutely incredible, and I'm definitely hoping for this to be a good singer because if not, it would be a huge disappointment if we wasted another costume like that. Next up, we have probably the most British costume out there, and that is Toasty. And as you can see, we got the toast. It's basically toast. He's got a woolly hat on. It's got a woolly hat on. It's got I think it's that cheese or butter melting. Got a little gear there, which looks just looks fantastic. But this is one of those costumes that is just again, it screams the UK. Like this is something that I could just. I don't know, like it just looks so goofy. It looks so cute. The face looks a bit bit upsetting, but but the eyes, I wonder if the eyes are going to move. Do you think it's possible those eyes could actually move because like the way that eyes are like kind of like designed, I could easily see them being a bit like kind of wobbling around. So that's quite interesting. But I get a very nice design of a costume here. I really like it, but I'm definitely again I cannot tell if this is a man or woman. I cannot tell in the slightest because it's just so deceiving. Like it's like air fryer. Like I had no clue if this was a guy, if air fryer was a guy or woman until we heard the voice. I was like, okay, it's definitely a woman. But yeah, it's a great costume and just again, I don't know how far this costume's gonna go, but I'm very excited nonetheless. Now we go on to Monkey Business. Now, believe it or not, but this was actually the first costume leaked to the public because there was a photo going around of this costume going around in London filming, and I was like thinking to myself, oh that's definitely a costume for the UK because why would they have a costume walking around, someone in the costume walking around in London with cameras going around? So that was a pretty dead giveaway, but again, I think I love the design of this costume. Just looks absolutely fantastic. It's kind of like it gives me the vibe of some. It kind of gives me like the Apprentice vibes. Like this is the type of outfit I could easily see on the Apprentice. With Lord Alan Sugar, and again the suit, the earrings, everything about this costume just looks fantastic. But again, I think again in terms of gender, I've got no clue because this could be another one of those costumes that could really, really surprise us. It really can because we've had over the years where costumes have surprised us in terms of the gender they are. So I could see it possibly them, but I think this is a woman. I do think this is a woman underneath here. Very, very tall as well, I have to say. I don't know if it's the actual height, but again, a costume I really like, and yeah, I'm very excited to see how the costume does and how the contestant does for this series. Now we go on to probably the most goofiest costume of the series, but I absolutely love it, and that is Yak. And I mean, just I don't know what to say for this costume other than it's absolutely fantastic. Like the head is literally in the middle. Like it's not like it's an actual. It's not like it's right on their head. It's literally like dangling down, which I just think is so hilarious. And just the hooves are adorable. The color. It's a very colorful yak, if I'm honest. Yeah. So this costume is so deceiving. I can't tell who is going to be in there because I've been seeing some rumors going around that people are saying, "Oh, could this be a pup in there? Like, could it be like Basil Brush?" I mean, maybe I could see it, maybe possibly happening, um, but I do think this could. I don't know. I really don't know, and how like because again, and by the way, the design of this costume looks incredible. Like the eyes color, the thingamajigs there, the patterns are absolutely beautiful. So I cannot wait to see how. Because again, to be honest with you, I don't care if this costume is a bad. I don't care if this is a bad singer or not. I'm all here for this costume just because I just know this is going to be such a fun costume. It's going to be hilarious to watch. I can't wait to see it get in action. I really can't wait. Now we go on to Sloth, and again, what a design of a costume this is. You know, as you can tell, it's a sloth dressed up as a. Hang on a second, back in a minute. Anyways, as I was saying about Sloth, I love the design of this costume here. It's dressed as a like 1980s kind of like a gym, like not acrobat, but like a fitness coach here, if that's the right word. But this costume looks so cool. I love the whole design of like the wristband, like it's an actual person work, like a Joe Wicks type of thing. Actually, could be Joe Wicks. Actually, I don't know. That would be pretty cool if it was Joe Wicks. But this costume just looks absolutely cool. I get kind of. I think this could be either like a because I get the vibe of this costume that it could be like maybe not one of the best singers in the competition, but very entertaining wise, which could get them a few, which could have them stay for a few rounds, and then again, I don't know why, but I get like a sportsman vibe from Sloth. And one of the dreams I've always wanted to have, especially on the UK show, is having a sports star who can sing do the show. Because we had that over in America. We had that with the NFL stars like Victor Oladipo. We've had that with Jordan Mailata, Kobe Turner. Like so, these sports stars who have got great voices, but we've yet to have one on the UK show, or at least a sportsman that we may not recognised for their singing talent, which is something I want to see desperately. But yeah, this costume just looks. And I must admit, I'm going to say this now. This might sound a bit foolish here, but if Davina was never a panelist on the show, this would be the costume I would be guessing for her, because she's done fitness videos, she's done like fitness stuff, and I don't know why this is the exact type of costume I could somehow visualize Davina wearing. I don't know why, but yeah, the costume just looks absolutely fantastic. I can't wait. I can't wait to see how this contestant goes in the competition. Now we go on to Gargoyle, and I have to say this was probably the most surprising this was the costume I was not expecting to look like, because when we first saw the trailer with the head, I was kind of having a vibe. It would be like a rocker, like leather jacket, leather trousers, electric guitar, all that jazz. But no, it's a it's sort of, but it's got a dress on. It's got like a tartar, like a Scottish like kind of dressing here. We've got big feet here, and it's got a little mohawk, which looks very cool. I love the design, like the nose piercing. That's really cool, and the eyes are pretty funny. The wings look incredible, very well detailed, and yeah, it's a very cool costume here. I could like, for me, Gargoyle, I think could go overweight for me, because I think this is a costume that I think Gargoyles is either going to be someone who isn't very good, or they are a good singer but they get robbed. So that's what I'm kind of, my mind is heading towards. But I'm very interested to see how the Gargoyle does, because in America we had the Gargoyle, who was Keenan Allen, again another NFL player I forgot to mention. But yeah, I love the idea. I've always wanted a gargoyle on the show. I can't even pronounce gargoyle. I can't even pronounce it for my life. Okay. Anyways, I've always wanted a costume like this on the show. So the fact we have it on here is just awesome, and I can't wait to see how Gargoyle plays out. There we go. I've said it. There we go. Now we go on to the next costume, and this is probably the most genius ones out there. This is disc jockey. Now you may be wondering, you may be thinking to yourself, isn't a disc jockey someone who plays DJs and stuff? Yes, but also a jockey is someone who competes in horse races, like Frank Dettori. They're on the horses and they're doing that. This is literally a disc wearing a horse jockey outfit, which is brilliant. This is a brilliant design. I absolutely love it. Like, it's got the boots there, it's got the trousers, like it's got like the details, like the Marsinger logos there on the hat, and it's got the little DJ like kind of booth there, which makes it even cooler. Like, this is probably the most genius costume and like I've ever seen, and the way they just merged two costumes, like two occupations, like a disc jockey and actual like horse jockey together. Absolute genius. It's genius. It's absolutely genius. And oh my gosh, I cannot wait to see how this is. Like, I'm hoping this is a good singer, but I don't think they're gonna last very long, unfortunately. But I don't care. But this costume just looks absolutely insanely good. I love it. I think it's such a brilliant costume. I just think it's fantastic. And now the final costume to talk about is Teabag. And probably the most British thing out there is when you're having a cup of tea, put your tea bag in your cup, you put the hot kettle on, and then you get your cup of tea, put your milk in, you have some sugars, and again, I just love this costume. Is just absolutely derpy as hell. Like, it's one of those costumes I was just thinking to myself, what on earth were the Masked Singer costume designers thinking, like smoking on when doing this costume? Like, this is just so dirt. Like, this is so random, but I love it. I love the design of like the hairs and like on the side. The eyebrows look very nice. The mouth, the face is a little bit creepy, if I'm honest. Yeah, got a nice little bow, like little ribbon there. The buckled shoes are there. Even the tea bag, like the little tea stuff you have in your tea bag, and then when you put the hot water in, it kind of dissolves. But this costume is just absolutely. This is again another typical British costume here, which I absolutely love. But also, I think what I find interesting is because we heard an operatic voice in the trailer, which showed Teabag, and my mind was thinking, maybe Teabag could be a good singer, but it's been shown for other trailers and not just during Teabag. So I'm kind of thinking to myself, who could be like singing that type of opera? Because that my mind literally basically went to Alfie Boe, who I know has done the West End, like Paul Potts or something like that. But again, this costume is very, very British, very, very unique, and I think it's a great costume overall. I absolutely love it. So there you are. Those are all the costumes for the upcoming series of The Masked Singer, which starts this Saturday and Sunday. Are you guys excited? Because I'm telling you, I am super, super excited. I cannot wait to be back for another series. It's going to be just amazing. And from what I've seen so far and what I've heard, I think this could potentially be one of the best series out there. These costumes are just so brilliant. I absolutely love them, and I just can't wait for when the series starts. So thank you very much for listening to this episode of me talking about all the costumes for the upcoming series of The Masked Singer UK. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. It would mean a lot to me, as well as. And remember to follow the podcast, download the episode, and also if you're listening on my YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss anything. But anyways, thank you so much for listening to this episode of The Masked Singer UK Series 7 Costume Debrief. And of course, I will see you guys next time.